Well, it's known as the office that time forgot. No, I don't even like coming in here. It makes me feel slightly ill. I open the door, rush in to get whatever it is I need to get, or just throw something in it, and then I shut the door and run away. It is overwhelming, and I just look at it and it's just horrific.
Yes. What there is to do when you become really overwhelmed by something is to take it a little bit at a time, not try and solve the whole problem in one go. So I think what we should do is work through my 10-step process together, and we'll declutter a section of the room, and we'll see how we get on.
Fabulous, thank you.
Great, let's do that. We can't do the whole room in one day. I really wouldn't recommend that you try and tackle that. There's a lot here for you to process. There'll be stuff you haven't seen for a long time. There'll be stuff with emotional significance. There'll be stuff to make decisions about. I think you would find it very overwhelming and tend to take too much time to try and do the whole room. So what I usually recommend is that you do about 2 or 3 hours at a time, and you pick an area to work in that you're fairly confident you can get through in that time. In fact, what I recommend is that you underestimate rather than overestimate how much you can do in the time. Because if you finish sooner, that's great, you just do a bit more. But if you run out of time, it's just re-overwhelming and depressing, and you feel like you failed, and you've probably got to leave the room in more of a mess than when you started, and then you don't feel inclined to start again. So always underestimate how much you can get done in the time that you've got available. And then the next thing is we need to decide where we're going to start. So we reckon we've got about 2 or 3 hours today. Is there an area of the room where you would like to start? Is there an area that you feel inclined to get cracking on? If so, where's that?
I think this table, maybe these surfaces like this chair, and just the stuff that's on the surfaces.
Yeah, okay,
get the surfaces clear.
That's what we'll do.
Or could possibly be that corner there, which has got things that might be useful for presents, which is a ridiculous thing to have anyway. So it could be that as well, perhaps.
Yeah. What would you like to start with first? We might have time to do them both, we might not. What would you like to start with first?
Okay, let's start with this.
Let's start with the desk. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. Great.
It's quite tedious, all this, isn't it? So faffy, isn't it? The table is now completely clear and is folded down. The suitcase is shut.
Amazing.
Floor is really clear now.
The floor's incredible.
Yeah. So some of the filing has actually gone into the filing like it should be. A couple of things went to the tip, so it's all looking
brilliant.
A lot better.
And that's in just a couple of weeks, making fantastic progress.
Yeah.